stop our need. Light our way back home, coming in from the cold, and we'll be all set free. Set us free, set us free, set us free, set us free in this dark our need.
Hey, good afternoon. This is Andy, and let me ask you, have you ever had an SD card, a flash drive, a hard drive, your memory in your computer or laptop? Have you ever had any of that fail? Well, let me tell you, I've had that fail plenty of times, but never with this brand. So my name is Andy, and I'm here to talk to you about the best brand that I've come across in my 23 years of computering. The best brand I've come across for flash drive, micro SD cards, SD cards, memory, solid state devices, solid state drives, whatever you want to call it. The best. And let me tell you why I say that. So in doing this for all these years, you may have seen me take apart a hard drive, and you know about this platter spins, and this thing is a little bit slow compared to an SSD drive, which I don't have any of those up here right now. And then this is a laptop hard drive, the same thing. It's got a platter inside of it that spins, so accessing it takes a little bit more time. Now, in most of our worlds, we don't think of that kind of time as time consuming. Hold on, I think I might have an SSD here. Oh, here we go. I got a different variant of an SSD here. Anyway, so we don't think of this kind of time as time consuming, but when when you're waiting on a document to open, so you can get your homework done or get a proposal finished, or get finished with whatever you're working on, then every little bit of time it seems to take, instead of it being 1 second, it's 1 minute, you think. And it's not really the case, but that's the way it feels. So I've talked about this before. This is a solid state device, and this is actually called an M.2 drive, okay? And this particular one is an NVMe drive. Anyway, so this goes in your computer, and you can access information on this about 17 million times. Not quite, but a whole bunch faster. You can get information to and from this a whole bunch faster than you can this. All right. Having said that, there are several different brands. In fact, this brand is the one that failed on me. I don't know if you saw my post, back in, goodness, I guess it was October, November. I had a sad face on. It was a sad day because this device failed. And I learned my lesson. Although this device was less expensive than the brand I'm going to talk about today, in the long run, I should have went ahead and spent the extra few dollars to get what I have now, right? Yes, duh. All right, and then we're talking about, we can talk about the SD cards. So this is an SD card, or micro SD cards, and you've got them probably in your phone or in your camera or your hunting cam or whatever else. And then, of course, we can talk about regular memory that goes inside of your computer. Okay, this is a memory chip. Now, all of these things are great until they fail. And when they fail, then you're ready to pull out your hair. And you see, I've already pulled out enough. I don't have enough to keep pulling. But I'm going to tell you about my favorite of all of these devices, my favorite brand, and I'll tell you why. My favorite brand is Samsung, and I'll tell you why. I have never, ever had a Samsung device fail, including inside of it. This is a Raspberry Pi. I think I might have one disassembled here. Well, kind of. This is a fancier Raspberry Pi, but inside of these Raspberry Pis, it takes a card, a micro SD card, that I've had several of them fail, but never a Samsung. And then flash drives. You've got these in your pocket. Some of us have 100 of them in our pocket. Those fail. But I've never had a Samsung one of those fail. So there are different qualities of Samsung. Now, if we're talking about the SSDs, which replace the typical spinning hard drive, remember, this is the typical spinning hard drive, and SSD replaces that. So if we're talking about hard drives, there's 3 or 4, but we'll just say 3 different SSDs that you can get from Samsung. And I'll tell you different prices, of course. Hold on. Man, that is just good stuff. Golly. Anyway, so you can get a QVO, or what we call QVO, a QVO SSD from Samsung, and the manufacturing process, maybe the way it accesses the memory, is a little bit different. It's not as fast as the EVO or EVO. The EVOs are pretty much the standard for most of us. And then if you're going into something super heavy duty, hyper fast, then you would go with an Evo Pro. Now, when I'm speccing a new computer for a customer that they're going to order, or if we're going to upgrade their existing, like I recently did at a doctor's office, I spec'd for them to order several of the EVOs to replace their existing hard drives. And would you believe that they were just so happy? I told them that they needed to get some seat belts to put in their chairs to hold them in place because their computers are going to be so much faster. We upgraded the memory, and then we replaced their existing hard drives with the Evo drive. And oh my goodness, I have never seen that many women that much happy with me before, ever. Anyway, so there you go. If you are a user of digital media, that means your computer, that means your phone, because it probably, well, unless you have one of the stupid iPhones, you can't upgrade the memory in. But if you have a good phone that you can add an SD card or a micro SD card, you want to go with a Samsung. If you are using Raspberry Pis, if you are a hobbyist and using a Pi for hobbying, then you want to go with the Samsung micro SD. If you are using a Pi for digital signage, you still want to go with the Samsung micro SD. And oh my goodness, you can buy them just about everywhere. I, of course, have used, let's see, I've used Amazon. I've used Tiger Direct. I've used B&H Photo. I've used just about every retailer that you can buy stuff. You can buy Samsung devices. So, having said that, if you are looking to do anything and not pull out your hair, then you probably want to go with Samsung Media. Now, I got to tell you right up front, I do not get paid from Samsung. I'm just telling you what I've learned in my 23 years of doing this stuff. They're the best. And they're not too much more expensive than the other stuff. And the day and a half that I waited, even though I had a backup, which was reassuring to me because everybody needs to have a backup, right? But the day and a half I waited to get my Samsung in when this failed, was not worth the few dollars more I would have had to have paid for the Samsung in the first place. Lesson learned. If it's going to be digital and it's going to be media, it's going to be Samsung. Okay, that's enough of that. So listen, if you would like any more info about specifically which Samsung goes in your computer, or which memory you can get for your computer that's made by Samsung, send me a message. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. If you want to debate me on why whoever, Kingston or somebody else, is better than Samsung, I'll be happy to debate you. That's okay. I can tell you that you're wrong or not tell you that you're wrong. I'll tell you that you're right even though you're wrong. Maybe that's the way to say that. Anyway. All right, so I hope you have a fantastic day. Let's see. Today is Wealth Wednesday. Did you bless somebody today? A $5 bill here and there? Stick $1 in a diaper bag, in the diaper box at the store. When you go get your gas, put a $5 bill in the gas slot. Whatever. Pay for the person behind you. Go on I don't know, see somebody walking down the street. Be careful. Say, hey, can I bless you today? And hand them a $5 bill. Whatever you want to do. Go bless somebody today. You will feel good for being a blessing. And they will feel good for receiving a blessing. All right, I am stopping there. I am looking forward to having a dinner date with my wife. So I hope you have a blessed evening. I will talk to you sometime tomorrow. Be fantastic. Be blessed. Tell everybody you know that you love them and that you appreciate them. And we're going to listen to some Look At You Now on the way out. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
slow to push a plow.